The year is 2213, and humanity has made deep space a constant frontier of exploration. Among the best in the interstellar fleet was Adrian Mendez, a 34-year-old astronaut of Brazilian descent living in Canada. Known for his outstanding skills but also his reckless streak, Adrian often made impulsive choices, some of which led him into trouble on the planet Vera-9. While navigating a swampy terrain filled with bioluminescent flora, Adrian sensed something or someone was following him. The faint sound of nearly imperceptible footsteps sent a chill down his spine. Instinctively, he drew his energy pulse weapon, spinning around to aim at the source of the noise. Nothing. Only the glowing plants and the eerie whisper of alien winds. "Damn," he muttered, adjusting his helmet and scanning the readings on his visor. Before he could react, a force struck him hard, knocking him to the ground. His vision blurred momentarily, and when it cleared, he found himself staring into the eyes of an otherworldly woman. Her skin shimmered with a soft violet hue. Her golden eyes gleamed like molten metal, and her elongated ears twitched with each movement. She was breathtaking, yet exuded an unmistakable air of danger. "You run well, human," she said, her voice low and melodic, tinged with an alien accent. "But not well enough." Before Adrian could reply, she shoved him back onto the damp earth. He struggled, but she subdued him with effortless strength. Then, without warning, she tore open his suit, exposing his damp skin and tensed muscles. "What the hell are you doing?" he shouted, bewildered. "I'm going to use you," she said matter-of-factly, moving closer. As her fingers brushed against his chest, an unfamiliar surge of energy pulsed through his body, a strange mix of fear, exhilaration, and an inexplicable urge to surrender. Later, as he caught his breath, Adrian realized something was wrong. His captorno, his assailant, looked dissatisfied. "You're weak," she muttered, eyes narrowing. "How do you expect to survive here? You couldn't even satisfy me." Stunned, Adrian managed to stammer, "Satisfy you? What does that even mean? Who are you?" She crossed her arms, her presence exuding authority. "My name is Ceres. I'm a Vultheran. Our species feeds on energy exchanged through physical contact. You weren't enough, but I can train you." Adrian let out a dry laugh. "Train me? This is insane." Ceres pulled him to his feet with ease. "Do you want to live or not? Others will come, and they won't be as merciful as I am." The idea was absurd, but Adrian knew survival meant adapting. Besides, something about Ceres intrigued him. Every word, every movement of hers sparked something deep inside him. Days later, under Ceres's relentless training, Adrian began to transform. She pushed him through miles of treacherous terrain, forced him to lift massive stones, and made him endure extreme conditions while observing him with critical intensity. "You need to be stronger, more resilient. Not just for me, but for yourself," she said, her tone shifting between strict discipline and something softer, almost protective. Adrian started noticing changes. Each time Ceres corrected his stance or helped him push past his limits, their gazes lingered a little longer. A strange warmth grew between them. One night, as they rested by a glowing river, he finally asked, "Why are you doing this? You don't owe me anything." She studied him for a moment before replying, "Maybe I see something in you that you don't see in yourself yet." Without thinking, Adrian took her hand. Ceres didn't pull away. For a moment, the universe seemed to hold its breath. When their lips met, a pulse of energy surged between them, unlike anything Adrian had ever felt. "That," Ceres murmured, her golden eyes shimmering, "was unexpected." Adrian smirked, still feeling the lingering charge from their kiss. "Maybe I have more to offer than you thought." What began as a struggle for survival was evolving into something much deeper. Days blurred into intense trials and revelations. Under Ceres's watchful eyes, Adrian grew stronger, his endurance sharpened, his mind honed. At the same time, Ceres changed as well. Her once calculated touches became more natural, her gaze less distant. One morning as they sparred, an eerie sound tore through the sky. A crimson flash illuminated the horizon, followed by tremors shaking the ground beneath them. "This is what I feared," Ceres muttered, pulling Adrian behind a rock. "What is it?" he asked, gripping her wrist. "The Korthon," she whispered. "They hunt my kind. They always come when they sense my presence." Adrian needed no further explanation. From atop a nearby ridge, grotesque figures emerged, hulking creatures with obsidian scales. their glowing eyes pulsating in sickly yellow hues. Their weapons crackled with plasma energy, and their guttural growls rumbled like distant thunder. "What now?" Adrian asked, his heart pounding. "We fight," Ceres said grimly, drawing her blade. "And don't worry, trained you for this." Side by side, they faced the onslaught. Ceres moved like lightning, her attacks precise and deadly. Inspired by her, Adrian fought with newfound strength, feeling a deeper purpose in every strike. Amid the chaos, their eyes met. No words needed, their bond had become undeniable. After the battle, Adrian stood breathless, surveying the wreckage. Ceres approached, placing a firm yet reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You fought well," she said. He managed a tired grin, but couldn't shake the looming dread. "How many more will come?" Ceres's expression darkened. "They won't stop. But maybe we don't have to fight alone." "What do you mean?" "There are others of my kind scattered across this planet. They might not agree with me, but against this threat, they could become allies." Adrian hesitated. Trusting strangers was a gamble, but survival alone was impossible. "Then let's find them," he said, determination hardening his voice. "But we stay prepared for betrayal. I don't trust anyone except you." Ceres's gaze softened. For the first time, she looked almost vulnerable. "Trust me, I won't let anything happen to you." Together, they ventured into the unknown, crossing luminous forests and crystalline ravines. When they finally reached a Valtheran stronghold, they were met with suspicion. A tall figure stepped forward, his deep indigo skin glowing with faint markings of light. "Ceres, you brought a human?" His voice echoed through the cavern. "Have you lost your mind?" "This human fought beside me," Ceres declared, "and he may be the key to defeating the Korthon." The leader narrowed his eyes. Before he could respond, alarms blared. The Korthon had arrived. There was no time for debate. "Prepare for battle," Adrian shouted, gripping his weapon. He knew this fight was about more than Servavalet, was about securing a future where he and Ceres could be together. And he would do whatever it took to make sure they won.